Was it always going to have that fighter in the branding, or was there a moment where you're kind of like, oh, maybe this is actually working against us?
Oh, there's been a lot of moments where it's worked against us. There's been a lot of times where people have used it against us, like, you know, different companies, different people saying different things. That they're just a bunch of thug fighters. They're just a bunch of vigilantes. We get that word thrown around all the time, and we do post after post trying to educate people that vigilantism is incredibly bad for our cause. It puts our cause back 10 years every time, like there's a video of a child abuser getting punched out in public. It puts our cause back decades because we're fighting for a public register. Well, I'm a big believer that they have to be named, and just if no other reason than in the American model, where, you know, you don't trick or treat in these houses. Something as simple as that can really save, you know, a child's life. And vigilantism is just the worst thing on the planet for our cause. And so, yeah, absolutely, fighters, the name has kind of worked against us, but it's who we are. It's a definition of what we're doing, and it's a mission statement as well. The mission is in the name. We will fight. And the thing is, a lot of the mums and dads come on board and they say, oh, I don't really feel like a fighter. And I say, well, yeah, you are. You're a fighter. You don't have to get in the ring and scrap to be a fighter. You have to stand up and say enough is enough. I will not tolerate this. And that's the definition of fighting. You know, that's where the greatest battles have been fought, is when people stand up and they say, we're not going to take this anymore. We're going to fight back. And, you know, it can be as simple as signing a petition. We had 175,000 people sign a petition to say that a certain judge, couldn't practice in a criminal court anymore because his opinions on incest were so shocking. And every single one of those 175,000 people were responsible for that judge being demoted in one of the first times in Australian legal history that a judge actually copped a demotion. And so, no, we have had our problems with the name fighter, and I completely understand what you're saying, especially 10 years ago. Everyone was like, oh, these, and, you know, Platinum Mike Perry getting in drunken bar fights doesn't help our cause at all. But, and you know what? And it's even the media. Like, you see a UFC fight's coming to town. The first clip they play is Nogueira Hunt, where there's blood everywhere. And it's like, oh, come on, that's not us, like, at all. But, you know, it is what it is. We just have to take the good with the bad. And as I said, it's part of our mission statement. It's part of who we are. We will fight is literally our saying. So, yeah.